Hey y'all. So we recently brought bees onto our property and then realized we didn't really plant anything for them. So today we're fixing that. We're building a garden bed just for our bees and planting it with everything they actually need. For my bee bed, I'm using another WorkPro raised bed. I've built one of these before and I really like it. They come in a couple of different sizes, and this one actually has legs, so it's elevated, which I thought would be perfect for the flower bed. It's made from galvanized steel, so it's really sturdy, and I like that I don't have to worry about it falling apart after just one season. And as always, I will have the Amazon link for both of the garden beds linked down below. Now that I've got the bed where I want it, I need to fill it. And I'm going to do this kind of like how I do at my house in my other raised garden beds. I'm going to start with a layer of cardboard, but I'm going to take special care not to cover the 5 drain holes. And this bulk just helps to cut down on the cost. The initial cost of soil that you have to put into these beds. And I am actually using cardboard that this was shipped in. Okay, so now that I have it set up in some cardboard, we're going to add a layer of compost, followed by some food scraps and some more toilet paper rolls. And then we're just going to top the rest up with more compost. And I'm going to let this settle for a day or two. All right, it's been a couple of days and I let the bed settle. And because I'm a little late to the game, I'm going to be planting out some seeds, but also some transplants that I got from my local nursery. Honeybees are typically attracted to the colors blue, purple, and yellow. So I kept that in mind while I was shopping at the plant nursery. So the first step is a compact lavender. And since this is compact, I'm going to plant it towards the front of the bed because I know it won't get too tall to shade out anything else. Also going to be planting this English lavender. I decided to go with both the compact and the more traditional just to see which one would do better here in my climate. That one's a little bit more root bound than I would have thought, but it's in its new home now. So here's to hoping. And now we have this Beach Bum Blue Evolvas. I went with it really just because it was blue and I wanted to make sure I had something blue here for them. Full sun to part shade. So I'm going to put you back here where you may get some shade. I've never grown this before, so I don't know if it's hardy or not. And to add a quick spot of yellow to our bed, I'm going in with this pineapple lantana. These I know grow well here and can handle our heat. Now that I have my initial plants out, I'm also going to come in with some seeds because I'm looking for this bed to have continuous blooms throughout the spring, summer, and even into fall, so that my bees always have something that they can look forward to. The first thing I'm going to be planting out is the rest of my bachelor's buttons. Again, sticking with that blue theme. Now these seeds are pretty old. I have not had the best of luck with them, so I am just sprinkling a generous handful of them now that I have my bachelor's buttons in. I'm also going to plant out a few generic sunflowers. And these are seeds I just got out of one of those random Amazon packs. Now, sticking with the blue and purple color scheme, I have some of these Got the Blues pansies. Now, this is something I would normally start in 72 count trays, and I may still do that just to have some backups, but I figure whatever we have come up here, the bees will be happy to have. So because the seeds are small, I'm not covering them too much, just a little light tap in. Now, this is new to me. It's a mixed flowers, chartreuse and purple, all different types of flowers here, and the directions are pretty simple. They just say to scatter the seeds. So now, next is something I have been trying to grow for years, and I actually do have a few of these I started at home that have come up so far. So if I can babysit them at home, I'll bring them out here when they're ready to be transplanted out. But just in case, I want some backups of echinacea. From what I've read, honeybees do enjoy a good coneflower. Now these next two flowers, I'm breaking with the color palette just a smidge because I know I've seen honeybees working these particular flowers in my yard back home. So I figured, you know what, we'll just roll with it. And so I am planting out some more of the bright light blend cosmos. And cosmos self-seed really easily. I'm pretty sure this is the pack where I accidentally got that 8-foot Cosmo out of. So, and that 8-foot Cosmo has indeed self-seeded a bunch of babies in that same garden bed. Now this one is the Celosia Chinese wool flower. What I like about Celosia is that they will handle our heat well into summer. So even when a lot of these things may peter out on their own, I know Celosia will grow clear through August, which is like our hottest month here. Whoa. And the seeds are very small. So again, I am just going to sprinkle these on here, and I will make sure, like I said before, I'm going to start more of these in seed trays back at my house. And last but not least, I've had this packet of seeds now for forever, so I don't know if any of this is going to come up. I don't even remember where I got them. I think they were a gift, but it is called Bee Feed Flower Mix. And it honestly, it looks like a combination of pretty much everything I've already planted out. But since this packet of seeds is so old, just gonna sprinkle the whole thing in. And to keep my plants happy and watered, I am using my Oya system. Now this is by no means an exhaustive list. There's all kinds of things you can plant that the honeybees will enjoy, especially herbs, mint, basil, especially sage with those purple flowers. Clover is another really great option, both red and white. Basically, you just want to make sure you're planting something for your pollinators. Well, now that I've gotten everything watered in, I cannot wait to see all of the wonderful blooms we get this spring and summer, and even fall, hopefully. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see what all continues to grow in my emergency backup garden, I encourage you to subscribe. And until next time, stay blessed.